Good morning again. Number two on Christmas Eve. Excuse me. I wanted to update you guys on my admitted scammers. I have a new one, and then I wanted to update you on the last one. So, to regroup really quickly, the first one that was an admitted scammer, when I called him out, he then said he was from Nigeria, and he was a colonel on a peacekeeping mission, an American colonel on a peacekeeping mission, to he was Nigerian who was an engineer who couldn't get a job, who had been scammed out of a bunch of money. I don't know if I mentioned the scam that he said he was scammed. He might have told me that later. But anyway, out of a bunch of money, so he couldn't move to Canada. And then his mom got sick, and so he can't move to Canada anyways because his mom is dying and he has to stay there with her. And he has a 2-year-old daughter. And he did send me pictures of the 2-year-old daughter. So, to update you, we continued to chat back and forth. And in the process of chatting, he then said, oh, he used to own a shop and he was a designer, a clothing designer, and that he'd done very well. But then bad people had come and demanded money and he didn't have the money. And so they smashed all of his equipment, his sewing machine, all of those things. And he had to close his shop. And so now he's just living hand to mouth. So he also told me that he will go and help people and work for a whole day and maybe get $1. So building on that, he's struggling. He's really a good guy trying to raise his daughter. He did tell me that his daughter's mother just abandoned them. I asked about his dad. He said, oh, please don't ever mention my dad. He's a horrible person. So, which may or may not be true. There's plenty of horrible parents in the world, right? So, let's see. Okay, so then the next thing is I said, you should get a sewing machine. I would think you could go to someplace and you could get a job sewing for someone, and you could probably ask them if you could sew some of your designs and offer to sell them to them, something to make some money. Well, no, that wouldn't really work. And he's asked me if I had a sewing machine. And I said, yes, actually, I have 2 sewing machines. Oh, if you would send me one of those sewing machines, it would change my life forever. And I said, well, I don't know that I can send you a sewing machine. The expense of shipping it would be very high. And I don't know that they would allow me to ship a machine to Nigeria. They're kind of picky about what goes in and out of that country. Oh, he said, you're right. And if you were to send it to me, it would probably get stolen before I ever got a chance to get it, or it would get lost. What if you sold it and sent me the money? Right? So I said, no, I'm going to keep my sewing machines. If I have a lot of family, and so it's possible one of them may need a sewing machine, and I would have it available for them. So no, I'm not going to do that. So a couple of days go by, don't hear from him. And then I get another message saying, so are you going to sell did you put the sewing machine up for sale? How much did you ask for it? And have you had any takers? I respond, no. I didn't put it up for sale. I didn't have any takers because I didn't put it up for sale. He responds that, well, all hope is lost. That's it for he and his daughter. He guessed that they'll just, never, they'll both probably just starve to death. And I don't respond because this is an emotional tug, and I'm really not interested in an emotional tug. So then I get an email from him saying that I'm a terrible person. I led him on. I had this wonderful way for him to get out of poverty and to be able to support he and his daughter, and I wasn't at all willing to help him. And so his life is absolute shit because I wouldn't help him. And I responded and said, it concerns me if the only person on the planet that can help you is a total stranger. You have bigger problems than me not selling a sewing machine and sending you the money. And that was the last that I heard of him. So I have not heard back. That was several days ago. So my second admitted scammer was a guy working on an oil rig. I know. Stunned. You're stunned, right? Never heard that one before. Working on an oil rig, sends me a couple of pictures. I start asking some questions, and this one got a little strange because he called me and we spoke for just less than a minute and he hung up. And clearly this was somebody who had a strong accent. So this was not, so I said, "Oh, you're not American." And he said, "No, I'm not. I'm not American." I said, "Okay, well, what nationality are you? I'm just curious." And he said, "I'm Nigerian. And I'm not the person in the photos. I'm a very little boy. My parents have died. I have no place to live. I have no way to make money. And I'm trying this and I'm not very good at it. And so I'm trying this because I'm starving." And I said, "We talked on the phone. You're not a little boy. You're a man. Your voice is not that of a little boy." The response was, "I'm not little. I'm 15. And again, I said, "I don't believe you. Your voice was, even if your voice had started to change or had changed, it was still an adult voice." The response came back, "So will you help me?" I responded, "No. You began reaching out to me with a lie and have continued to lie to me. So don't mind that. That is a large cat trying to jump up and get my attention. So I apologize. You will meet her. Anyway, back to the story at hand. The end result was he stopped talking to me because I was not going to respond. So I think there's this other scam that's going on that it's new to me, may not be new to you guys, but it's new to me, where a scammer comes on, admits they're a scammer, and then tries to sell a sad and sorry tale that's somewhat different. I'm going to move these things so that this large kitty can jump up here and not be so panicked. So I wanted to follow up and share those two stories with you guys. Again, I keep these short because, I mostly for my own, because I don't like long videos. Please comment, please share. Has anybody else seen this? Is this been around for a while and I'm just new to it now? Or is this a new twist on an old scam? Remember, we pay for love with our hearts, not with our wallets. Thanks.